Hi everyone, I am Sikand Manik and all of you are in my class Maths with Manik sir. Today I will teach you how you can draw the inverse trigonometry function graph with easy tricks. That means if you know the graph of trigonometry function, you can easily draw or construct the graph of inverse trigonometry function. And today's class will be in bi-language so that the English medium and Hindi medium, both medium student can understand this graph. So let's start. As you know, the graph of sine theta, the domain is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 and range is minus 1 to 1. So to draw the graph of sine theta, what you have to do? Just plot this domain extreme point on x-axis plus pi by 2 minus pi by 2 and range का जो extreme point that is plus 1 and minus 1 on y-axis. And with these 4 points on the coordinate axis, you can easily draw the graph of sine theta, sine 91. So it will be start from 1 maximum value and decreasing cross 0 and the least value that is minimum value minus 1 at minus pi by 2. Now to draw the graph of inverse sine inverse theta, what you have to do? Just rotate this graph in this way, that is clockwise direction 90-degree angle, and then flip it with respect to y axis in this way. So this is your sine inverse graph. Now if I cross check this with the sine inverse graph, check it. This is actual sine inverse graph and this is the same with this graph. So this is the tricks by which you can easily construct or easily draw the graph of sine inverse theta and all other trigonometric functions. So check the other trigonometric functions. As I know, the graph of cos theta is look like this. Domain is 0 to pi and the range is minus 1 to 1. So first I plot the domain on x-axis, that is 0 to pi, and range on y-axis 1 to minus 1. Now cos 0 is 1, as all of you know, and cos 90 is 0. So from 1 it is reduced and up to minus 1 at pi. So this is the graph of cos theta. To draw the graph of cos inverse, you just rotate this page like this way, that is clockwise direction 90-degree angle, and then flip it again with y axis in this way. So this is your cos inverse graph. Now you can check with the original cos inverse graphs. This is cos inverse graph, and check this is same with this. So this is how we can easily construct the graph of inverse trigonometry function. Now next graph, tan theta. As all of you know, the domain of tan theta is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 and range is real number, set of all real number, and the graph is look like this way. That is in first quadrant is convex and in third quadrant is concave. 90-degree it is infinity and minus 90-degree minus infinity. And 0 to 90, between 0 and 90 will be 1 and 0 to minus 90 will be minus 1. So this is the graph of tan theta. And the inverse of this tan theta, I just rotate it 90-degree angle, clockwise direction, and then again flip it with respect to y dash in this way. So this is my tan inverse graph, and you can easily check. This is your actual tan inverse graph, which is similar to this or exactly equal to this. So this is the graph of tan inverse. Now the next trigonometry function is cosec theta. As you know, cosec theta is 1 by sin theta. So the domain will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 excluding 0, because at sin 0 cosec theta is not defined or undefined. and the range is minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. That means minus 1 and minus infinity 1 or infinity. So in first quadrant, when I take 90-degree angle, it will be 1 because sin theta 1, so 1 by 1 is 1, and from this point it will be increasing up to infinity. And in third quadrant, it is starting from minus 1 and decreasing to minus infinity. This is the graph of cosec theta. Now to get the cosec inverse theta graph, I just rotate this clockwise direction 90-degree angle, and then I again flip with y dash axis like this way. So this is my cosec inverse theta graph. Check it. This is your cosec inverse theta graph, and it is same with this in first quadrant this way, and in third quadrant this way, in third quadrant this way. So this is your cosec inverse theta graph. Next graph is sec theta. Sec theta, the domain is 0 to pi excluding 90, because we know sec theta is 1 by cos theta and cos 90 is 0. So sec 90 will be not defined or infinity. And the range is minus 1 to minus 1 to 1 to infinity. You can write like this, r minus first bracket minus 1 comma 1. And the graph is starting from 1, it is up to infinity when it is approached to 90-degree angle, and pi it is minus 1, and from pi when it approaches to 90 it is minus infinity. So this is the graph of sec theta. Now if I want the sec inverse theta graph, I just rotate this clockwise direction again with 90-degree angle, and then I flip it with respect to y dash axis like this way. So this is your sec inverse theta graph. Check it. So this is sec inverse theta graph, and this graph is same with this graph. That is in first quadrant it is like this way, and in second quadrant it is starting from pi this way. So this is the graph of sec inverse theta. That is, the domain of sec inverse theta is r minus minus 1 comma 1, and range is 0 to pi excluding pi by 2. So when you draw this type of graph, first you just make range 0 pi on y-axis like this way. Okay. Next, the last one is cot inverse theta. So cot inverse theta, the domain is 0 to pi and the range is r. So 0 to pi, I just plot the domain 0 to pi. Sorry, this is my cot theta. Cot theta domain is 0 to pi, and this is the cot theta graph 0 to pi, and from 0 it is undefined infinity to 0, and then decrease to minus infinity. So this is the graph of cot theta. Now to get the graph of cot inverse theta, I just make a rotation clockwise direction 90-degree angle, and then I flip it with respect to y dash axis in this way. Then I got, this is the cot inverse graph, and you can check this is the original cot inverse graph, which is exactly equal to this. That is, in first quadrant it is from pi to this, and in second quadrant it is infinite to pi by 2. So in this way you can easily draw the graph of trigonometric functions. By next video I will discuss the exponential function and log functions, how you can draw the graph of exponential functions and log functions. Bye for now. Thank you.